All right, so you're thinking about a career as a classical languages lecturer. Huh. Well, you sent over some stuff from RoleCatcher, and we're doing a deep dive. And let me tell you, this is fascinating stuff.
It really is. It's amazing how much it captures the essence of the job,
Yeah.
which is so much more than just lecturing, don't you think?
Oh, way more. I mean, the
Yeah.
career guide, that one really jumped out at me. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you're teaching, but you're also like knee deep in research, and you're probably publishing your own work, maybe even traveling for conferences. Hey, here we come, right?
Absolutely. Imagine like presenting your latest findings on the evolution of Latin grammar or something
Right.
to a room full of your fellow language enthusiasts.
That is a cool work trip right there. Okay, but let's be real for a sec. This role catcher guide, it doesn't sugarcoat things either. It actually gets into how competitive this field can be. So how does someone even stand out in this sea of ancient language enthusiasts?
Well, that's where the Ace Your Interviews guide comes in. Have you gotten a chance to look at that one yet?
I have.
It talks about how AI can be a real game changer in the job search.
Really?
Yeah.
AI analyzing ancient languages. I need
Yeah.
to know more about this. This is cool.
Okay, so picture this, all right? You upload your CV, and this AI goes to work comparing it to like actual job descriptions and flags and any skills you might be missing.
Oh, wow.
It's like having like a personalized career coach, basically.
So instead of just like hoping my Latin club membership looks good on my CV, this AI is going to be like, hey, they're looking for experience with epigraphy. Better brush up on that.
Exactly. And it gets even wilder.
What?
This AI can even help you prep for those nerve-wracking interviews. So it generates like tailored questions based on real job descriptions, and you can even practice your answers and get feedback from the AI.
Okay, hold on. So this AI thing, you're telling me it can analyze job descriptions and then tell me what skills I should highlight on my YCV. That feels like cheating. But wait, there's more, isn't there?
There is. The guide talks about how this whole AI-powered prep can help you pinpoint your most relevant skills and achievements
Okay.
for each specific application. It's about showing potential employers you're not just a good fit, you're the perfect fit.
This is next level stuff.
Okay.
So you've used your AI, you've aced your interview, you've landed the job.
Yeah.
Congrats. Now the real work begins, right?
Now the real work begins.
Because this career guide, it breaks down all the different stages of a classical languages lecturer's career path, and it seems like there's a lot of room to grow. From entry level all the way up to, I'm assuming, like the top.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's definitely a journey. It is. So you start, maybe assisting senior lecturers, grading papers, getting involved in research projects. And then as you gain experience, you start to design your own courses, mentoring students, maybe even leading those research projects, and ultimately becoming a recognized expert in your field.
Wow. I'm noticing a theme here in this career guide, this idea of showcasing your capabilities. It's like anyone can say they know Latin, but how do you actually prove it? What do you think are some of the most impressive ways to stand out in this field?
Well, publishing is essential.
Okay.
It's how you contribute to the ongoing conversation in your chosen area of expertise.
Okay.
And then there's presenting at conferences, which not only gets your work recognized, but also allows you to connect with other experts in the field.
So it's like publishing in an academic journal, but then you get to present it in person. Like, here's my groundbreaking research on ancient Roman agricultural practices, everybody.
Exactly.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, it's your chance to really share your passion, engage in some thought-provoking discussions, and to really make a name for yourself within the academic community. And then, of course, in today's digital age, having a strong online presence can also be a major asset.
So you're like building your own online, I don't know, like your own online stoa, where you can share your latest research, or maybe some translations of your favorite poems, or connect with other enthusiasts.
Exactly, and that's something this Streamline Your Job Search Guide really emphasizes,
Okay.
is using technology to kind of network and build your profile. They even suggest creating a personal website or a blog
Oh, wow.
to showcase your work.
Okay, so we're talking about publishing, presenting, online presence. It's like building a whole brand around your classical languages expertise. This is starting to feel less like dusty old books and more like, I don't know, ancient Rome 2.0 or something.
I like that, and it highlights something really crucial about this career path, which is that it requires a lot of initiative. You're not just waiting for opportunities to kind of fall into your lap, you're actively creating them.
Which brings me to something else that this career guide didn't shy away from, which are the realities of the job market. I mean, it can be tough out there for an aspiring classicist.
It's true. Yeah, the guide is very upfront about the challenges. So, things like competition for permanent positions, potential job insecurity, and let's be honest, salaries that might not match those in, say, the tech world.
Yeah, definitely a reality check.
Yeah.
But like any good lecturer, this guide gives us both sides of the argument, right?
Mm,
I mean, there's got to be a reason why people are so drawn to this field. What is it?
absolutely. And the guide really captures this beautifully when it talks about the deep sense of reward that this profession offers. You're not just teaching grammar and vocabulary, you're opening a window to entire civilizations.
Right.
Their literature, their art, their philosophies, their entire worldview.
It's like time travel.
Yeah,
But instead of a DeLorean, you've got Ovid.
exactly.
And then you get to share that passion with students, maybe even inspire them to make their own discoveries.
Precisely. It's about fostering a love of learning that extends far beyond just the classroom. And let's not forget the thrill of research, right?
Yeah.
Unearthing a new interpretation of a classical text, or contributing to our understanding of the past and sharing those findings with the world.
It seems like there'd be this constant sense of discovery. That's got to be exciting. Okay, so we've covered the amazing aspects, the challenging realities, but how do you know, dear listener, if this career path is the right fit for you? What should you be considering?
Well, this is where the self-reflection really comes into play.
Okay.
The guide actually does a good job here because they provide a pretty comprehensive list of required skills and knowledge.
Mhm.
And it's really a matter of asking yourself, do those align with my strengths? Am I comfortable with the research demands? How do I feel about public speaking? Teaching a room full of students.
And maybe even presenting at a conference in a room full of experts. Speaking of which, this Streamline Your Job Search Guide, it had some interesting stuff about networking. It's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know, right?
And networking is crucial in any field, but I think especially in academia.
Yeah.
So attending conferences, joining professional organizations, reaching out to experts whose work you admire, these are all great ways to kind of build connections and open doors to potential opportunities.
So it's like the Roman Forum, but for classical language enthusiasts. A place to exchange ideas, debate interpretations, maybe even collaborate on research projects.
Exactly. And building a strong network can lead to those research collaborations, invitations to present your work, and even job opportunities that might not have even been on your radar otherwise.
Right. You never know who you're going to meet at one of these academic gatherings. Maybe you'll find a mentor, a future collaborator, or even your future self, just 10 years ahead of you and rocking that classics department chair position.
The possibilities are really endless, but I think at its core, this career path is about more than just career advancement.
Okay.
This career guide, it emphasizes the importance of continuous learning.
And not just to keep your CV updated. It's about being genuinely passionate about these languages and cultures and constantly seeking out new knowledge and new perspective.
Exactly. The field of classical languages is constantly evolving. New discoveries are made, new interpretations emerge, old debates are reignited. It's a field that really demands intellectual curiosity and a thirst for lifelong learning.
So you're never really done learning in this field?
Right.
And that's a good thing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, imagine reaching a point where there's nothing left to discover about ancient Rome or ancient Greece.
Right.
Talk about boring.
Exactly. It's that constant pursuit of knowledge that really keeps this career path so invigorating. And speaking of invigorating, the guide also talks about all the different ways that you can really make your mark in this field.
Okay, so we talked about publishing and presenting at conferences.
Mm.
What else do they suggest? Besides having a really awesome online presence, of course.
Well, the guide talks about seeking out opportunities to collaborate with other scholars,
Okay.
both within your own institution and internationally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it's hey, I'm working on this fascinating project about the use of metaphors in Homer. Anyone else want to geek out with me?
Precisely. Collaborations can lead to some really groundbreaking research, new perspectives, a wider reach for your work.
It's like the ancient world was big on collaboration, too. I mean, you think about it, they had these massive building projects and philosophical debates, even those epic poems. Nobody was creating in a vacuum back then either.
Exactly. And that collaborative spirit is very much alive and well in the field of classical languages today.
I love that. So we've gone from AI analyzing CVs to international collaborations. This career path is full of surprises, but ultimately it all comes back to you, dear listener.
Yeah.
I mean, these RoleCatcher guides, They've given us a lot to think about, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They've provided such a comprehensive overview of the field, from the really exciting possibilities to the very real challenges. But as with any career choice, the most important factor is whether it resonates with your own passions and aspirations.
It's like that saying, what is it? Choose a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. But in this case, it might be more like choose a civilization you love and you'll spend your life uncovering its secrets.
I like that. And who knows, maybe this deep dive has sparked a renewed interest in the ancient world for you. Perhaps it's time to dust off that old copy of the Odyssey, or finally book that trip to Rome you've always dreamed of.
Or maybe it's time to fire up that AI career coach and start polishing that CV. Whatever you decide, dear listener, we hope this deep dive has given you the knowledge and the inspiration to chart your own course. Thanks for joining us.